Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
Hey everybody, we are back. Apologies for the stream ending. Had a little bit, I'm assuming, some net issues, and it just kicked us off. So we're back. Welcome everybody who came back. We were towards the end of our discussion of the original War of the Worlds. And I don't know if Carter had a little bit of you guys watched.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get back on the show. There we go. So one, we had Giz, which thanks a lot, man. He gave us the answer to when the audio version of it was, and it came out in 1938.
Well, I was a year off.
So, but again, we were also pointing out the differences, or not the difference, the issue we had with how they all died. And he pointed out that it was the immunity issue and stuff like that. And it's like, I get it, because it's like they completely explain it at the end. I mean, like, you can't help but understand how they died. But my question is, how did they all fucking die at once, kind of thing?
I was saying, like, I have absolutely no issues of how, like you said, how they died. It just kind of seemed like they wrote themselves. I wouldn't say they wrote themselves in a corner or anything, but they're like, how do we end this movie? Oh, they just all die. And
right.
Like, there's nothing to build it up.
Like, maybe they, the first half died on Tuesday, the rest of them started dying Wednesday and Thursday. But the way both films do it is it just seems like they all dropped dead on fucking Tuesday.
Yeah.
And, I'm just like, how the fuck do you, coming at different times, how do you all just happen to drop on the same fucking day?
Yeah. I really enjoy Okay, so that's the thing is I didn't know that. Yeah, that's true too. Johnny told me to tell you we're doing the movie, not the book. So he doesn't tell me.
Okay. And that's cool. They all landed more or less in the book, and they all kind of got sick at the same time. But again, my argument is we all showed up in sealed containers. That means everybody had to make a stop, get out to go to the bathroom real quick on this new fucking alien Earth, and then hop back in the car to continue wiping out humanity. And so it just seemed very weird as far as the ending.
It was very convenient,
right?
Them to, and like I said, that's what I was saying when we kind of first I books. Maybe in the book it did kind of stretch it out a little bit more. But like I said, we're going off what we're the movie, and we're going off the assumption that people don't like to read. I'm one of them. I don't like to read. Did you guys watch me read news bits? It is a catastrophe.
And we got a sweet rabbit that says it's still better than The Mist. I don't know.
What does she mean by
I
that?
liked the ending of The Mist. It just kind of was it's sad as fuck, don't get me wrong, but
yeah, The Mist is where's your heart? Whoa, let's rip it right out, because that's what The Mist is for me.
Right. I just kind of felt it's a fucked up ending, but that shit hit hard. Wow. So no, like I said, I think I love old school shit, and I especially love like the old special effects with the miniature models. So maybe that's where my love for this movie goes, and not necessarily the story. Because as we're talking through it, I'm like, no, that really wasn't that good. Fuck, you know.
You know, that movie you all love? Well, it's garbage. Go watch it again with a new view of it. No, it's like I didn't mind it. I think both movies, to me personally, like I said, this is a personal thing. I think both movies work on a different level. I don't know. I'll get more into it for the remake when we get into the remake, but
Okay, so
go ahead.
now saying that that's the fucking point of the story. Humanity can't defend itself. I'm already caught that part. It's a sudden ending because the Martians arrive in meteors that open to reveal they're not airtight. I just I get that they all arrived in a meteor. I kind of took that as like a, like, hey, if we fucking show up in a meteor, maybe that helps them on the reentry. Like, I found a whole bunch of reasons why we came in through this way. But like, I just kind of feel like, we've never been to this planet. We're smart enough to make fucking ray guns that destroy shit. We're smart enough to make fucking shields that protect us and, all this shit. Maybe we should put windows in this bitch and like seal it up just in case. I mean, like, that just
Please,
seemed
I
again.
want our producer to please put. Maybe we should put some windows in this bitch. Carter 2020.
I get it. Like it more or less fits conveniently the story to me more than like actuality. Like, we don't go to the fucking moon and go, hey Buzz, what are you doing, bro? Roll up the fucking window. Like, that's not a fucking issue.
Can we please do that sometime? No, that does sound fun. Go drive our car to the moon and make sure that our windows are rolled up.
So like I said, it just like I understand that we were grateful to Mother Nature and all that because that was our only saving grace. Like, we were fucking dead if it wasn't for Mother Nature and bacteria. It just seems so like, fuck, I'm tired of writing this book. And everybody dies because of bacteria. Cool. All of them. Fuck it. And like, that was it. Like, it was just.
Who's that character? Where'd he come from? Everybody dies. I like that character. I want to see him make more appearances. That's my favorite.
There's like. No, but no, like I said, it seemed very convenient was all it was,
Okay, I can't wait to get to the remake because I talked with Carter previously, like yesterday, and he was like, man, the original is so much better. All I've heard you is shit all over this movie since we've been talking about it.
Right, no, I'm like, man. I was like thinking.
I hate to like see what you do for movies you don't like. I feel bad for those movies.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, this was shit. Yeah. He's wearing the wrong shoes, and 10 stars. I think sorry. I think this is a good time to go to the trailer. We can recollect ourselves and come back. And Carter loves / hates the next movie. 8 stars.
This is one I really liked. So,
trailer time.
This could be the beginning of the end for the human race. For what men first thought were meteors or the often ridiculed flying saucers are in reality the flaming vanguard of the invasion from Mars.
Looks like they're going to come out of that gully pretty soon. We'll have to rush our defenses to be ready when they do.
Guard, you need plenty of reinforcements.
We'll get them. Lieutenant, look!
They
Flash across country like scythes, wiping out everything that's trying to get away from them.
That explains why communication is cut the moment their machines begin moving.
Montreal's blacked out. Nothing more's come through.
Same thing that happened on the Pacific coast. Anything from them yet?
No, Mr. Secretary, we've had nothing from San Francisco for over 5 hours.
The nations of the world mobilize their armed might, rushing to defend the Earth against the unknown weapons of the super race from the Red Planet. Is there nothing that can stop the Martian death machines?
Guns, tanks, bombs. They're like toys against them.
We know now that we can't beat their machines. We've got to beat them.
All over the world, human beings cower before the onslaught of these unearthly enemies, whom no one has ever seen. Panic that sweeps around the globe as the great masses of mankind flee blindly in a headlong stampede of hysteria.
We're back. That was War of the Worlds, 1953. 10 stars. That's what we.
Now, for those that may be looking at it, because it's easy just to go, oh, War of the Worlds. It's actually called The War of the Worlds, and then we get the Tom Cruise remake, which is just War of the Worlds.
Oh.
Yeah. The was overused, so we started clipping that bitch.
Fancy over here taking words off sentences or the titles. I don't know where I was going. 2005, the movie came out. Tom Cruise was in it.
Yep.
And it was War of the Worlds. Not the War of the Worlds, because apparently the was so not in fashion in 2005.
Right.
So we got War of the Worlds. And like I said, Tom Cruise and his Tom Cruisiness happened in this movie. I think he was pretty much like pinnacle, like Tom Cruise in this movie. But he plays. That's a weird echo. He plays Ray Ferrier, who is a dock worker.
And a shitty dad. Like, we have to punctuate that.
Yeah, I think he was just a shitty person in general. So basic Tom Cruise. So sorry. Yeah, it is. He receives his children, which it's pretty much what it is. Here is your children, from his estranged ex-wife. And he has son Robbie, which when I was looking up says a teenager, but doesn't say this in the thing that I looked up. I don't know if they say the actual age in the movie, but it just says teenager Robbie and where did my daughter Rachel? I thought I had an age, but no, I don't have. I didn't write it down. They gave an age for her, but for some reason, Robbie was just a teenager.
Was the oldest son was Justin Chadwin. Chadwin? Sure,
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh boy, if I remember correctly, he's the old boy that does all of the what was the there was like a talk show after The Walking Dead.
Oh, Talking Dead?
Yeah. If I remember
I don't
correctly.
think that's the same guy. No, that's Chad Hardwick.
Shit. All right.
See.
Throw a mustache on a motherfucker. Guess you all look the same.
Buzz is bad. that's Chadwick Boseman, but okay. No, that's Chad Hardwick. He was in House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh fuck, that's right. All right.
He was the not fuck, what the hell is his name? The guy with the glasses. Rainn Wilson, the other guy with the long hair and the beard that was all obsessed about the murder ride and everything.
Right.
I didn't know that was him at first because he really wasn't who he is now at that time in 2005 or whenever that movie came out. Yeah, it's a nice little thing to look back. It's just, we're kind of
All
like
right,
Reading
so-
Rainbow over here. We're giving you guys a bunch of great information.
So I was totally wrong about him, but I'm totally right about this one. I swear to God, the grandparents to the kids were the doctor. They were played by the same cast members. Jen Barry and Anna Robinson plays the grandparents that were the
At
doctor.
the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm looking at it. This time I got it right. So
for those of you who didn't hear, because you can't hear Johnny, he just said wrong, and Carter was like, "Whoa, okay." So I had to laugh. That was kind of funny.
So
yeah,
one.
I remember the grandparents. They were at the very end of the film. So we get a strange storm that occurs with multiple lightning strikes that disrupt all technology. Okay, so this is what I was going to ask you, because I don't know if I missed it, and I know he said it, but I don't remember what he said. How the fuck did they get their car to work when all the other ones and everything else stopped working?
All hell's breaking loose because like the lightning hits the same spot like 7 or 8 fucking times. And so we're all hiding out in the house. When it settles, he starts walking down the street to like kind of, you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, I remember that.
He walks past the garage and he's like, hey, the car dead? And the guy's like, yeah, all of them are fucking dead.
Yeah.
Change the fucking solenoid, bro, and keeps walking.
Okay.
Guy turns and goes, that's what I fucking told you to do. See? So he changed the solenoid on that car. Tom Cruise then comes back after all of the other chaos, and we got that one car working because of that.
Because I remember him saying something, but I don't. I had like. Okay, sorry. Like stuff's going on my end, so I don't know if we like stopped. Am I back or?
You're back.
Okay, well, I just asked him.
Said it was like kind of like, am I? I thought you were kind of like just joke.
Oh, glitching. Yeah, I remember him saying something, and then I thought, I don't know if I went through like temporary deafness and I literally just stopped listening for 2 seconds. I could not remember what he said back. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out. But okay, where are we back? Okay, so yeah, we have the disruption in technology. We have the tripod machine that starts coming up from under the ground. We get some kind of indication. I don't know if this is actually proven, but like when Tom Cruise meets up with like these like news reporters, they're talking about these tripods have been like buried under the earth for like millions of years or thousands of years and shit like that.
I mean, like we confirm his hypothesis because like the lightning hit, we're all sitting there staring at like this little like baseball sized hole in the ground, and then all of a sudden this 50-foot machine pulls itself out of the fucking ground. Then we fast forward, we run into the news anchors, and she shows them the video. When she slows down the lightning, you see something
through it, yeah.
We'll say fucking human size, like kind of passing through the lightning right into the ground. So they found a way to like ride the lightning into their machines, put the pilot in, and then the pilot stood up, right?
So after a lot of this stuff is happening, like I said, we find the news team kind of starts telling them about like all of these. This is all pretty much happening in major cities like around the world. Little tripod things and the lightning storms and this and that. So Ray decides that he's going to be super dad and go drop off the kids to mom because he don't want to deal with this shit.
Right. Well, okay. As much shit as I want to give him, also since this shit started, the only things they've screamed was, "We want mom." So I mean, like, he's not got like a lot of option there. He's like, okay, so I can listen to you all scream for the next however long, or get you to your mother. Win-win. So now we're on a fucking journey to go find mom.
But the funny thing is, though, like or at least I thought he knew that she wasn't going to be home. That they were headed to.
They were headed to Boston, but like that whole like because they said they were leaving right from here.
Yeah.
Maybe like that shit hit, and they're like, "Oh fuck, let's turn around." Like,
could be, yeah. Because they end up arriving at the mom's house. I wrote down the name of the mom, but I'm not going to search for it right now because it's not really.
Mary Ann.
Mary Ann. There you go. They show up at her house. Nobody's there, like we're obviously implying. So I think they decide they're gonna go head out to the grandparents.
We're gonna camp out here tonight, right? We're gonna camp out here tonight, and the thought was, like, hey, either they'll come back, but when all the hell breaks loose at that house, it's like, okay, let's go to your grandparents.
Yeah. While they do that, a crazy mob kind of wants their car very badly because their car is the only one that's running because, like we said, all the other ones are dead and the solenoids weren't changed.
I don't know if we actually said it, but like when the lightning hits, an EMP pulse goes out and pretty much kills all electricity.
Yeah. The mob kind of slows them down because they're driving through everybody. A bunch of people are obviously walking because all the cars work, and like more and more people. So they kind of get surrounded by the mob. They try to take out Tom Cruise and his child, Robbie, and then they just a whole bunch of people just try to jump back into the car. His daughter's still in the back seat. He's like, let me just get my daughter. Let me just get my daughter. And they're like, whatever, fine, take her. Homeboy takes his car, and then he gets fucking shot in the head because Ray had a gun, kind of shot it off to be like, hey, fuck away from me.
Right.
And somebody else behind them had a gun. So we got some high tensions going on with people.
This movie is all about the high tension.
Yes. One of the things that I kind of noticed, now this was in 2005, so we were about 4 years removed from 9/11. The way some of this was going on reminded me about kind of New York City during 9/11, where there was a lot of like flyers posted on things saying like missing people, have you seen this person? I got that same kind of vibe during certain portions of the movie because it's like people looking for their relatives that may have gotten separated or whatever. And it was,
I don't know, because like if you look at any humanity squashing film, we always start doing that. Fuck it, if I remember correctly, we even did that in The Walking Dead towards the beginning. We would have huge walls like going to Nebraska, please find me.
Yeah, but I'm saying like a lot of that stems off of from September 11th. Like that's where I kind of first saw it in my head in real life. We had a lot of these things, so it seemed like the movies are kind of borrowing, that true,
realism and shit.
Yeah, with the people, having pictures of missing, deceased family members. Have you seen them? Da 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 da. Like that's the first thing when I started seeing that trip like that. Like holy crap.
Well, and if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Like because at this point communication's down. So you really are just kind of relying on word of mouth, and I hope he comes past me or comes past this billboard after me at some point. Apparently he gets in trouble with the comment. Like one of his comments just up and got deleted.
I don't know. So that happens. Ray's able to, get Rachel out of the car. Him, Robbie, and Ray go into the little diner that's right next to where they were taken out of their car. They rest there for a little bit. Like I said, dude tries to drive the car away. He gets fucking shot in the head by another person, and just outright chaos is going on. They eventually make it to a ferry to try to escape. didn't go so well because we got some of these crazy tripod monster things under the water now. And tip that
Dude, okay,
motherfucker.
you know what? But even before we realized that they were in the water, like we're all waiting to get on the ferry, and two of them pop up over the fucking hill. I was kind of amazed that everybody's like, "Oh, let me get on this small move or this slow moving fucking object that's going to cross water." I was really surprised the amount of people that actually wanted to move onto it. I'm like, dude, we need to break like left or right, like get out of the fucking
Because that's
stream,
taking
like,
your ability to escape out of your hands, and it's like
right. Like
relying on
if they
boat.
shoot this boat, I'm
I'm
fucked.
fucked.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's go this way. But so many people are like, "Oh, this 1 mile an hour ferry will like save my life." I was like, "All right."
So they're able to eventually they make it out of the water. They attempt to, escape again. Robbie, for some reason, has this thing where he wants to. I don't know if it's he wants to get away from Ray, or if he actually really wants to, because he's like, I want to see what's going on.
Right. Like I think they kind of solidified. It wasn't necessarily Ray. Like he wanted, like he makes several points of like, we need to fight back. We need to push them the fuck off the planet. I think it was his attempt. Like we definitely get a little deeper in the remake with emotions and shit because you've got the kids like he just wants to take control of a situation that he has no control over. He wanted to fucking jump on the bandwagon with the soldiers and take the fight to them, even though, like, as we've seen all of this chaos, dude, that shit ain't working. Like, he's still like, no, let's go.
Yeah, this is where, I'm gonna say, obviously the cliche, deadbeat dad, kids that either don't like them or kind of have issues with them. It's a very typical, storyline to throw into a movie. So very cliche to throw in there. But I get to this point where it's like, what's not cliche by this time? I kind of, this is why I kind of like the remake a little bit more. I somewhat liked a little bit more of the fleshed out characters as opposed to the original, where they just kind of like, we don't know them a whole lot. Like we know a little bit, Forrester, Chick. We know a little bit of a backstory, but we don't really get a lot of time, delving into that stuff, which I think this movie kind of does more.
No, like I definitely will give you that. Like they definitely sat down, like, and they put in a lot of like those go make you think moments. Here I am holding on to the oldest. It's like, please just let me go. I have to do this. And you've got the daughter getting ready to get taken by two strangers, and it's like,
yeah. How convenient did that happen at that time?
Yeah, right.
Trying to make one stay, the other one's being forcefully taken, pretty much.
Right. Do I let the child that's almost an adult make his own decisions and go save the child that's not? They definitely put in a lot of those kind of fucking moments. When he meets up with Tim Robbins and they're hiding in that fucking basement, there's a lot of those moments of like, what do I let my child see and what do I don't? So I will say they brought like a lot more realistic moments to the film.
Which, I mean, it's completely different times, obviously.
Right.
Opposed to 2005. So I get what I'm not trying to say that, like, I was expecting, deep emotional, from
no,
the
but like we talked about in like the 1950s film, the female played by Anne Robinson, like she would get hysterical, and it was the 50s. It's okay to apparently slap her into like okay, like I just can't.
Similar to like kind of a little around that time with like Night of the Living Dead. I remember that with like Barbara flipping out.
We slapped Barbara. We slapped her. Like in the 50s, it was like, oh, she's hysterical. Hold on. You feel better? Oh shit, I do. Thank you.
I'm still pissed.
And we don't do that now. Like, so we do like a lot of the upside is like when we do a remake, we definitely kind of like do a lot more realistic. Like we're definitely not walking around just slapping fucking people anymore.
Sorry, I'm just reading Giz's complaints about the movie that I don't really care about.
No, I'm not gonna fucking argue with him though, because like there were a few points. All right, Rick, you know what, bitch, get the fuck out the car. Like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. There were a couple times I would have booted them both out. Right, like, you know, there's like because I even like I didn't like Ray as a person, but like there's what I just saw. I come running back to you. The world is obviously in chaos. Get in the fucking car. Well, you need to tell me why I'm going to get in the car. You need to ask me. 3, 2, fuck you. And I'm leaving. Like, I just told you, get in the fucking car, bro. Like, there was a lot of, like, unnecessary fighting with the fucking kids.
Like we said, so Ray lets Robbie go because, like you said, he had to make the choice. It's either let the older one go or go rescue the littler one that can't. Like, it's pretty much being straight up kidnapped by these crazy people. So he finally decides to let him go. Robbie heads off towards the fight as Rachel and Ray. Oh, that's cool, Rachel Ray. Huh? Ends up going in the opposite direction. And they find a farmhouse with a gentleman named Harlan, which is, you mentioned the actor's name, but I forgot already.
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins. They kind of remain undetected in the house for like a couple of days, undetected by the aliens, until even a group of them end up kind of like going down to the basement area and kind of investigating, the basement and everything, and they're trying to do their best, shut up, so they weren't caught. And they got saved by the ships that make the real loud, like, horn noise every time something bad's about to happen.
Okay, like, so that was just, I don't know, man. Like, that was one of the problems I had, one of many with the film. What the fuck was that about?
The noise, I don't know.
Yeah, like, I just, hey, there's already like 50-foot fucking machines ray gunning every motherfucker like in sight. I don't know. It's look, it's over there. Like, nobody fucking noticed that shit.
Oh, another.
Right,
I want to say this
it's to affect the audience more, and it was like to me, anyways. It came off more annoying than it really did like anything else.
This may be a slight complaint to whoever made War of the Worlds 2005, which I think was Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
The movie's too fucking loud at some points.
Okay, like, so it wasn't just me. Like, I kind of had to keep fucking with that.
Jesus Christ. I had to turn my TV up and down like every 5 seconds. Because then, of course, after, like, explosions are happening, hey, let's go over here. And, I'm like, speak the fuck up. And then when you guys, I was like, oh my fucking God.
I never wanted one of those like fucking smart sound TVs more in my fucking life.
Spit everywhere.
I'm like kind of rewinding because I couldn't hear, like, is this critical?
Exactly.
I don't. And then, like, sure as shit, something blew up, and I'm like, dude, even the dogs were like, are we cool? My bad. Let me turn that shit down real quick. We're good.
Fucking annoying. Fuck you, Steven Spielberg. I'm sure it must have been a treat for the people that went and watched the movie in the theaters. Pretty sure maybe they didn't have because you can't turn it down in the theaters. You're just in your
back fucking can. No, like, one of the things I was kind of,
but I can't hear no more.
One of the things I was kind of disappointed on, because it's been a while since I've seen this one, right? I was like, the first time we actually see the creatures, like, we're all trapped in the basement with Tim Robbins, and we've got like, shit, I think like 4 or 5, like, they came out of the fucking woodwork, and I'm like, man, those fuckers remind me of Independence Day.
Yes. Yeah. Apologies. Probably just hurry up, get through this movie so we don't have any more problems. Okay, we're back again. Go ahead.
Like we were talking about, like they're trapped in the basement and shit. We actually, because in the first one, it was just like the original, like we just ray gunned every fucking human we ever saw. In the remake, we are now capturing and like putting humans through like a fucking wood chipper and then spraying blood as like we go through and shit. And we're watching this weird red veiny fucking thing grow, like kind of moss, mold, whatever. Like it just anywhere we sprayed, the shit was just growing, right?
Yes. Okay.
It just go.
No, you go. You were finishing a thought.
I was gonna say, like, I just like they never really like. I guess we were prepping the planet for like what we needed. Like, it just didn't make any fucking sense.
Yes. We're gonna have to try to speed this up because it seems like we've been having a lot of connection issues. So we just want to hurry up and get the episode done so it doesn't crash. Not too much happens left. Ray has to kill Harlan because he's crazy and won't stop screaming and attracting the aliens to them. So he blindfolds Rachel, kills Harlan. After that, where am I? They both end up getting kidnapped by one of these ships. First it was Rachel, then followed by Ray. Ray almost looks like he's going to get sucked up in the little tube thingy, has some grenades, throws the grenades up, thing blows up. Rachel and Ray on the run again. And then they finally make it to Boston. And then all the ships tripod things start falling apart like in the original.
Right. Like while they were on their way, like we come across some fucking military people holding off. They're like, "Oh, go this way," and we get to see the first one just kind of collapse.
Ray kind of notices that birds are starting to land on top of them, meaning the force fields are down. So the military sends plenty of blasts to the one that was right there, falls out, alien's hand kind of comes out, dead. Bacteria fucks him up again. And Rachel and Ray make it to Anne's parents' house. And Robbie's there. We thought Robbie's dead, but nope. Surprise! Right. Somewhat of a happy ending. Everybody...
A little too happy. Like, I mean, like, we watched that whole fucking hill go up in fire. Yes. But he made it home.
Yeah. Definitely not the Mist. And the narration explains that aliens' immune system could not handle the microbes on Earth. End of movie.
By Morgan fucking Freeman.
I almost said James Earl Jones, but close.
Okay, either would have been fucking cool. Like,
two of the smoothest.
You're gonna fucking like if you're gonna fucking end a movie in a narration. Right, you're gonna get an award for either using James Earl Jones or Morgan Freeman.
Yes,
and the remake does make a lot of nods to the original. Like we still lay out the whole, like in the original. Oh well, this place got hit. Then once it goes black, we're not hearing shit from it. They definitely used a lot of the same spots, keeping it kind of in that remake aspect, but still adding.
The way I kind of looked at it, the way I kind of looked at it is obviously, like I said, time frames are a really big difference between 53 and 2005. But to me, it almost looks like it could have been taken as the same story from a different perspective. This has happened. It happened in 53. Here with this group of people in California, this is how it happened in Boston. So it's like, because everything happened the same with them dying. And obviously the ships were different sizes too, because they're monstrous in the remake and the original, they were smaller. But that's kind of almost the way it looks to me, is it's like same story, but just at a different, different side of the world.
I will say though, their choice to have had them already here for however fucking many decades. Yeah. Like I will say that one kind of, like we really, as a narrator, it was like, oh, they've been waiting for their moment. Really? Then why didn't they take that bitch like back in the fucking day? Like, it just seemed very weird that, we might want to take that planet one day. Go ahead and put some shit there just in case. Fuck it. Like that. The reason for the attack or for them how they got here was kind of weird to me.
Yes. I just want to say hey to Evil Barbie because she's screaming at me with exclamation points. I see you. I'm just trying to get the episode, trying to get through here because we've had a lot of technical difficulties, and I see everybody. I see everybody chatting. Hi, everybody. I don't think I'm ignoring anybody, but I'm just trying to let Carter talk, and then I'm just trying to smooth into this so we can wrap up the episode and get ready for continuing episodes. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and cut to the trailer, and we'll be back to put a bow on this episode. And yeah, trailer time.
No one would have believed in the early years of the 21st century that our world was being watched by intelligences greater than our own. That as men busied themselves about their various concerns, they observed and studied. With infinite complacency, men went to and fro about the globe, confident of their empire over this world. Yet, across the gulf of space, intellects vast and cool and unsympathetic regarded our planet with envious eyes. And slowly and surely drew their plans against us.
And that was the trailer for the 2005 War of the Worlds, starring world's shittiest person, Tom Cruise. I don't know.
Had interaction with him, so I don't know.
I have. He's a son of a bitch.
Okay, see, I'll take your word for it.
Maybe that's why we're getting pulled down, because Tom Cruise is using his Scientology powers to tear down the stream. Fucking.
This is not Battlefield. That motherfucker.
You. I'm agitated right now. So yeah, that was our episode. Sorry for all the delays and stoppages and restartages, and seems to be typical of the Tuesday shows sometimes. So next week, Carter and I on Tuesday we will be doing The Fly. Put in year here, put in year here, because I don't remember what years they came out. I know the other one was in the 80s, but the other one I don't remember. But yeah, The Fly versus The Fly.
I'm so fucking stoked from the rest of this week.
Yes,
Holy
Thursday. Yes, they're very different movies, but you know what? We will figure it out and we'll discuss it. That's what we do here. So this Thursday, with our group chat episode, we will be doing some sci-fi horror, as we do. That's in a Thursday sci-fi horror special, which I thought it when I said. We'll be doing Life Force, Split Second, and from the reaction of my cohort over there, he is excited.
I am so fucking excited. Oh my god.
And then this Sunday over on American Horrors at 8:30 p.m. CST, what equates to is GMT. Join Johnny and the Giz as they are talking about horror entertainment in the form, or at-home horror entertainment in the form of board games and video games. A trailer for that will be released later on tonight. So if you want to check that out, you will probably get the notification that video is here, because that's normally what happens. If you have notifications, if you don't have notifications on, turn them on. Then you'll get notified.
Always subscribe.
Yeah, there you go. Generic YouTuber Buzz back again. You're welcome. If you like to like and subscribe and like and subscribe, we're close to 300 subscribers. We're at like 269, I think, when I checked last. Could be more. Yeah, call anybody you have. Those get a phone book. Those things aren't a thing anymore, but get one. I'm sure there's phone numbers.
Yeah, right.
Hey, subscribe to the GoreCast, you son of a bitch. Yeah, just tell your friends. It's the holiday season. It's time for sharing. So what
Right.
else? The gift of the GoreCast. Ooh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But we do have to say thank you.
Nothing says the holidays like sharing a link to a channel where that channel doesn't work all the time.
Right.
Yeah, unsuccessfully. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I like too many stuff going on in my ears. These are my words, or not my words. Jesus Christ, these are Johnny's words, not my words. Uses the word cunt unsuccessfully. I am a flustered mess right now. Excessively. Jesus, you should have had me write it down if you wanted me to say it right.
But we do have to say thank you so much to everybody, because
yes,
thanks to you all, we have 269 current subscribers.
Yes, 69 is a really nice number. So as much as we want to stay on 69, we'd like to get a little higher. You know what I mean? Or yeah, just we only accept subscriptions in hundreds now. Just 369, 469. Just as long as there's a 69, we're happy. I've rambled on too much here, so we're hitting
we're hitting the floor for more. Four. Oh shit.
I really thank everybody for watching this. This has been something.
Oh fuck it.
I mean, we
did Halloween alone. Like, I never would imagine the fucking show we had Halloween. Like, this was just fucking.
We all went on a journey here tonight, guys, and I appreciate everybody who went on that journey with us. There was ups, there was downs. A long journey. I may or may not have been high on Pepsi. I don't know.
Right. So you are rabbit. Sharing is caring.
Yes. So in all seriousness, we thank everybody for joining us. We thank everybody who subscribed, and we would thank everybody to tell your friends, because we like people. More people, the better. Yeah. Until yeah. All you guys, your mission is to get us to 831 subscribers. And we yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you, everybody. We will see you Thursday night for our group chat episode. Chat episode. It doesn't go off the rails like it tonight. GoreCast out, guys. Bye.
Jungle.